Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. I am back to do some more mini journals today. So I want to show you this idea that I have. First of all, I made these a little while ago, and this is the Amazon packaging, the paper envelopes. They're the ones that look like this. So they're really easy to rip in half. It just pulls right apart. So this is what I use, just one side of the envelope. And it just has like these little, I don't know, these little dot things inside for just a little bit of padding. So I just cut them to size. This is jelly prints on one side, and then the other side I just used black gesso. And it will be kind of open because it's double layered with the padding inside. So I just went around those very edges. Now you could just glue it, even use fabric. If you used upholstery fabric is really great because it's so nice and sturdy, or something of that, you know, thickness. So anyway, I have these. I've got 2 pink and 2 of the green. Oh, this one, I guess I put a little pocket there. Okay, so I'm gonna use these. And my idea, it's gonna fold this way, so they're gonna be little minis again. So I need my papers to go along with these, and then I remembered I have all of these papers that I just got to make my my girlfriend's book for her birthday, and they go along perfectly. But the thing is, they're kind of boring, just a one sheet of paper like this. So I thought, let me rip them up and make some Frankenpaper. So we're gonna do that, and then I will start putting these little guys together. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna rip out my papers here, and then I'm just cutting them into strips, and then I'm gluing them together. So this is great to do with scrapbook paper, maybe if you don't really like the print, but they're good colors for your project. That would be something great to use. You could also add in some book pages in between here. And of course, you could do any shape that you want. You could glue together a bunch of squares or whatever your imagination can come up with. Now these papers are also 8 by 8, which is perfect because if I cut them in half, then it'll end up being 4 by 4. Once I fold my signature papers, so it's perfect. I'm kind of using my mat to make sure that I line the papers up and I'm not going crooked, because I am not the best at making things straight. And so super easy. And then of course, you could go back in if you want to add strips going the other direction, maybe some text going the other direction, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So many ideas with this. I think I'm gonna have to play with Frankenpaper a little bit more. Okay guys, I am back here. I've got my covers that I am going to kind of fold like this. And I've got my Frankenpapers that I cut down. So this one, for example, was a little bit longer, so I just decided some of them to keep that way, and I'll fold it up, and this can be a pocket. But you can see the rest of them. It just makes them a little more interesting, the papers to add in. I've got a lot of these, and then I also have some tea-dyed paper, and then I have some of this textured kind of crinkly paper. I just love the crunch of it. So I'm going to make my signatures out of these, and then we're going to go ahead and put them into our book. So I've got 4 of them. I'm going to go ahead and organize all my papers into the signatures. So let's get started with that. So I have my Frankenpaper and I'm making 4 piles. I'm gonna add a little bit of tea-dyed papers, and then we'll just go ahead and fold these all up to create our signatures. Now for this first one, I think I'm going to make holes, just 2 holes, and then I can sew in my signature. So I'll go ahead and make my holes first. So this is pretty easy. I could put grommets in here, but I'm thinking I want to twist some ribbon around the thread on the outside to kind of make it look a little fancier. So let's just go ahead and line this up, and I'll mark my holes for my signature. Then we can go ahead and poke our holes through here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use my hole punch to make the holes a little nicer. Makes it easier to thread through. So I've got these together. I'm going to use some waxed thread, and the waxed thread, it just makes it a little bit stronger, in case you don't know about the waxed thread. So I'm just going to tie this. I'm just going to tie it in a knot, and this will be perfect. Okay, take off our paper clips, and now on the outside here, I'm just going to take a piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to wrap it around, going down, just to kind of, I don't know, just trying something new. Not sure if I love it, but we will see here. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll tie it off at the end. Just doing something different. And then I think for the closure of this one, I am going to use a Velcro, a little Velcro dot. Just get these ends. So I went down to the one end and kind of poked through to tie it off, and then I went down to the other end just because I had the ribbon left over here, so why not? Okay, so this is good. We can, let me grab my Velcro dots, and we'll just put, I think 1 will be enough to add to this. And perfect. So for the next one here, I think I'm just going to sew the signature right into my mini. So in order to do that, I'm inking up my middle page because it allows me to see that line going up the center, you know, when I go to sew it in. So I'm just going to line this up as carefully as I can and clip this. And I'm going to go to my sewing machine. So here I just went right down the center. Now I didn't go the whole way to the top or the bottom, just enough to hold it in there. And then for this one, I am going to punch a hole here, and we will put a grommet in. And I think the black will look good because we have the black, I sewed around the edge in black. Okay, so we've got that, and then I'm just going to use a piece of this ribbon and tie it on there, and then for the closure, can just kind of fold this up, and it can wrap around and then tuck down through. Perfect. Okay guys, let's take a look at these minis that I did. So I was kind of playing around with different binding methods. For this one, I actually sewed it in, and then I just wrapped some ribbon around just to kind of decorate it a little bit. And I used Velcro on the inside here. On all of them, I put one of these little guys So this is something that I did for a project, and it didn't exactly work out the way that I wanted it to, but I thought I can still use these in something else. So it's actually a picture, and then I have acetate on top of it. So just kind of cute little picture there. And then I just put a stamp. This is what I have left, and these are another free printable from Art House Whimsy. So you guys definitely check out her Ko-Fi, or if you are in Junk Journal Divas Facebook group, check out in the group albums. She has all of her free digitals in there. All of the links are in the video description. And you know what? I have more of the portraits left, so let me put one here. And then we've got our pages, crinkly paper, and I put another portrait in here, the mini clip. And this is just a Western Union little piece of paper, so I put one of these in each one. So clip that back on there. And then we just have the rest of our pages. Go ahead and fold it back up, and there we go. So there's one. And then for the rest of them, what I did was I put a grommet, so that will hold it closed. And then again, I've got so cute. So let me put these two together in here. You know what, this might not fit very well. Let's see. There we go. That works. Live with Passion. Our pages. Oh, I need a... put one of these in here. So I just did a few things so that whoever receives these can kind of decorate and have fun with the pages. Okay, so we got that. Frankenpaper. And our back pages. And then this just wraps around, and we can tuck this through here. Now let's see, this one, the green. Got our cute little girl here. Put that in there. Okay, so we've got our pages. Another photo I added in. And oh, this is the one that has the pockets on the inside, so I just stuffed them with these photos that I did. These are also from Art House Whimsy. This is a frame and then this photo, and I kind of grunged them up a bit. And then we've got the rest of our pages. So there we go, guys, my next set of minis here. So I am going to get ready and send these out. I've got 4 of these. I have, oh my goodness, so I've got a lot. I've got 8, I've got 9. I can start getting some Diva Delight mail ready to send out. Thank you guys for watching, and if you are making minis with me, please come over to Junk Journal Divas and show me what you are creating. Thanks for watching.